My goal is to provide you an overview of risk concepts and introduce you to a language that will make it easier to communicate about risks and how you view risks. I'm starting with the tool I think is most helpful in the day-to-day communication with others, a COVID-19 social distancing risk tolerance chart. One way to create a language for risk is to give risk rankings. In front of you is a chart I created to provide a common way to speak about your level of comfort being around others. The ends of the chart are more extreme in either direction. 1 is very strict and will not leave home, not allow visitors, and cleans anything that comes into their home. 5 is very open, practices no social distancing or increased hygiene efforts. We have 3 categories that sit between these two. A 2 is a little strict. They leave home but always wear a mask, always stay 6 feet from others, and may allow visitors from other chews with a mask, and they wash their hands regularly. 3s leave home and may or may not wear a mask depending on where they're going. They could be found having drinks in their driveway with 10 people or less. Typically they stay at 6 feet or may stay less than 6 feet from others if they're at a level 3 also. 4s are moderately open. They leave home regularly. They don't wear masks. They don't maintain social distancing rules, but would move away from someone if they're coughing, and they wash their hands regularly. Next, let's talk about what I'm calling your self group and its boundaries. Your group is yourself or your family. They're individuals in which you have control. There's also individuals that are not in your control. I'm not a marriage counselor or a parent-child relationship counselor. You'll need to work out who is in your self-group and where they fall in your control or out of your control. Your mom and dad may or may not be something you can control. They may live with you and you may need to work through the social distancing levels and come to an agreement. Or they may not live with you and you may need to recognize that boundary. Your brother, sister, sister's friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, or neighbor most likely are not in your control group and fall outside of the boundaries of your control. Having awareness of who is in your self group and what its boundaries are helpful right now. Looking back at our previous chart, we need to recognize these individuals that are in our self group and are not in our self group and out of our control have their own social distancing risk tolerance classification. I hope this was helpful and provides you with tools that will help you to communicate. I will have additional videos following up on more ideas behind risk and communicating during this time.